And welcome everybody to the GSW Match of the Week. This is going to be an extra special edition, a bonus edition of Match of the Week. Monarch of the Mat, the tournament that will be played all leading up to the Supercard on week 26th. We're having the first two circuit quarterfinals in the Montreal and the New York circuits, and you're going to see both of them before this video is over with. And good evening, everybody. I am Big Polly coming to you late on this, a little past 7 on Easter Sunday. Wish you all had a happy Easter and continue to have one if you are seeing this on Easter Sunday. And I haven't shown you who the two finalists are in Montreal. We're gonna do this hide and reveal for each of these two circuits and tell you about the tournament that has transpired in Montreal first, and then in New York it was a single elimination 16-man tournament, but the 16th man had to be found in the Battle Royal. In most of the circuit tournaments that we are holding, a couple there's just going to be a play-in because there are only two men vying for that 16th spot. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's just show you the title changes we have had in GSW as of late. We have brand new North American Tag Team Champions. Those are the Blackjacks. We have brand new International Tag Team Champions. The Von Brauners knock off the Road Warriors. I believe that was in New York. So they will hit the road and travel the circuits. And let me just show you that we're also going to keep tabs on who wins these circuit tournaments. We're going to hold 2 every week for the next 9 weeks. And then we will have 18 winners. And they will play down to 16 and then play down to 8, and we'll have the final 8 in the Supercard. So as you can see here, nobody has won yet, and these are all of the 18 circuits. Detroit has merged with Minneapolis, but they're still going to have their circuit tournament. And areas are now vying to see who replaces Detroit as the 18th circuit. We're hearing Indianapolis, Knoxville, Amarillo, Paris are the early favorites to take over and be the 18th circuit in GSW. So we have teased you long enough. Let's show you who is in the finals. And we had some upsets in Montreal, kind of like how UCLA went on that run in the NCAA's basketball tournament. Of course, they just lost to Gonzaga on a 40-footer from Jalen Suggs. Sorry, my last name went blank for a moment. And we're going to take a brief pause. We're going to stay right here and show you both videos. And I'll get the second match set up and show you the finals in New York, which wasn't as surprising, but you see them there. It is Kurt Hennig. He's going to battle Gory Guerrero. So let's go through what happened in Montreal. We had 5 men vying for the 16th seed. It was Eric Embry, Hiroshi Hase, Mike DiBiase, Jacques Goulet, and Big Bully Busick. Embry won, so he got into the tournament proper. We have Tommy Vogel likes to use rules for tournaments. I try to simplify that a little bit, and the rules are this: if somebody has one more bout than others in a tournament, like for instance, Embry will face Jim Lundos in the first round, or did. Embry would be injured or impaired because he's already competed once. If they have competed the same number of bouts, but one wrestler has an injury or was cut in an earlier bout, then they will be impaired. And that this is going to play a role in the Hennig-Guerrero final. But let's go through the first round. The way I do the first rounds, I don't use the tournament module Wrestling's Finest. It's nice, but it really doesn't fit what I do here. The 8-9 battle is first, and we go 7-10, 6-11, 5-12, all the way down to 1 and 10. So the number 1 seed goes on last. And the higher seeds, or the lower seeds, go on first. And that's how we do this. Karl Gotch He defeated Cien Karras at 21:52 with a pile driver. He advanced to the quarterfinals. Bob Roop and Magnificent Maurice went to a 30-minute draw, and the way we handle draws is the higher seed automatically advances because they put in the hard work or worked harder all throughout the year, and I think they deserve top billing. So Roop advanced over Maurice, even though Maurice had a much better showing. Double count out between Gory Guerrero and Lord Alfred Hayes. That advanced Gory automatically. And let me just double check. Well, actually, I'm not going to double check right now because, in fact, let me just put on my little standby screen here for a moment, and I'm going to keep talking to you while I look through the cumulative results, because if I show you the results, it's going to give some details away. So just give me a moment here as I look through the Montreal tournament. I did all matches except for the finals of H2. The double count out between Gory Guerrero and Lord Alfred Hayes went 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So I did not write that down. So I just looked it up. Oh, it is right here. It is right here. My apologies, folks. I did that all for nothing. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Gory automatically advances on, and this is any result that does not produce a winner. Brock Lesnar and One Man Gang went to a 30-minute draw. Somehow, Lesnar advanced. Kurt Hennig over Henry DeGlon, which I think was surprised most. Hennig won with his Fisherman Suplex, also known as a Perfect Plex. In tournaments, the titles are in play. So we had a North American title defense. We had The Undertaker taking on Dara Singh, a couple of baby faces. It went 30 minutes. Undertaker survived Dara Singh, who won. If you look at the damage, he pretty much won the battle, but Undertaker advances to the quarterfinals. Cora Coriani and Yvonne Robert went to a 30-minute draw, so Cola automatically advances. Jim Lundos, Eric Embry. Lundos advanced because Embry was impaired, but Embry took him to 25-13 into their first round bout. Then we came back and did the 4 quarterfinal bouts. In the quarterfinals, the matches go up to 45 minutes of time. And that is also going to be true for the semifinal, and our final is going to be one fall, 60 minutes. Hennig just needs a win or a draw, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. In the 4 quarterfinals, Hennig won in 16 minutes over Lesnar, a couple of heels going at it, and Hennig won with a chop despite being cut, and that's going to come into play in the final. The Undertaker loses to Gory Guerrero, but by DQ. DQs are minus 10. So DQs are very rare in the tournament matches. Guerrero wins 24-04. Cora Coriani and Bob Roop, a couple of heels. Cola wins, but just by the end of the 45-minute time limit. There was controversy as Undertaker interfered because in the Cola Roop quarterfinal, Cola had a hold on Roop near the ropes, or actually at the ropes, and the ref couldn't see it. Undertaker intervened, and the referee controversially declares Roop out. And in our last bout, it was a scientific battle between Lundos and Gotch. Lundos wins 18-25 in the quarters. In the semis, we had our 2 surprises. Gory Guerrero over Cora Coriani. 15-45, Gory a winner. And it was Kurt Hennig upending Jim Lundos, the former World Heavyweight Champion. He wins at 5:48 with a foreign object. So, with Hennig being the higher seed in our final, he wins if it's a draw. He also wins if he wins. And Gory wins if he scores a win of any kind on Kurt Hennig. So this is one fall. This is 60 minutes time limit. We will widen the screen for you and show you the match as it transpires. This is for the finals. You get into the final 18 of our Monarch of the Mat tournament. It does not take a rocket scientist to know this is a tough one to call. I'm going to go with Gory Guerrero in a very close bout. So off we go. The Montreal Championship at stake, and the right to face his fellow competitors all over GSW and to decide the final 8 that will go and battle in week 26 in St. Louis, Missouri. Kurt Hennig against Gory Guerrero. We begin now, and we have had action right away. And Hennig, who was already impaired coming into the bout, is cut. He loses 12 points on a cut, and he loses 42 right off the bat, so he's already going to lose his stamina level. Pinhole by Gory. No, he didn't get Kurt this early. Legal forearm. That does not score the pin, so Gory Guerrero out of the box real fast. Legal throw by Gory Guerrero. That just misses being a pin, and Hennig already down a stamina level already. Face rake by Gory. A 4-point loss. Reduction of stamina 4, and Hennig already down a stamina level is already gone up. Submission move. This will not score. We'll just run it through. Kurt Hennig attempts to pin. Gory Guerrero has a foot on the ropes. Hennig really needs something to upend the momentum. Coming into tonight, this final, the end of the one-night tournament, Hennig is 5-1-1 this year. Guerrero 2-2-1. Throat shot by Guerrero. That does not score. Hennig has already surrendered 3 pin attempts, and he's gotten one of his own. A headlock. Headlock by Guerrero. Now he's trying to slow the match down. Remember, this is one fall, 60 minutes. A tie doesn't help Guerrero. A draw doesn't help Guerrero. Hennig would win automatically on a draw. Ropes move. No pin. Countered by Hennig, and that goes back now to Gory. A kick by Gory. 6 more points off of Hennig's total. He's about to lose another stamina level. So he is wilting quick. This is the 4th match for each tonight in this final. Body slam, no. We are 5:45 into the 60 minutes. Suplex attempt, countered. Now Hennig with control. Hennig, pin holds, countered. Back to Gory. Illegal choking by Gory. And that's 5 more points. Gory doing everything he can. He did not have a good year 3 in GSW, so this will really make a mark for him in year 4 to be a qualifier out of the Montreal circuit. Gory lost earlier in the week by pin, so he has moved to Houston, but the way this is set up, it's where you are at the end of the first quarter of the year is where you compete. Because we take the rankings from there, and everybody as far as seeding is concerned is in suspended animation as to where the first quarter of the year ends. So illegal choking, Gory Guerrero of control, a special stretch, a Gory special stretch, and Hennig is hurt a little bit more. In fact, I think he already lost another stamina level. Fisherman suplex by Gory onto Kurt. That's usually Kurt's top move. No pin. Throat chop by Hennig. Hennig with control, and now Gory busted open, as Gory was introduced to a ringside table with his head. So now Gory's cut seems to be worse than Hennig's is. Reduction of stamina by 20. Gory about to lose his first stamina level, it would seem. Hennig with a slam to the mat. No pin. Specially moved by Hennig. Clothesline countered by Gory. He goes with a chop to the forehead, the already bloodied forehead of Hennig, but Gory also bloodied, no pin. Face rake by Gory. Auto control loss, so it's back to Gory. Gory, no action, no action. Legal leg drop by Hennig. Almost a pinfall right there, as he needed a 4 on the 3 count, got a 5. Hennig using punching. It's 137 off of Hennig, 88 at this point off of Guerrero. Guerrero with the worst cut, he's at 28, and Hennig is at 12. Kick by Guerrero. Body slam. Kurt Hennig in control, and Guerrero busted open a little more. He has left the outside of his lower lip torn open and blood beginning to gush out. So Guerrero now up to 53 in cuts. There is a random number once we get up to around this point, 50 or so, that if it is hit, the match is over, because this kind of simulates 80s wrestling. Face rake by Henning, 5 points off of Guerrero. So Henning might be finding his second win here. Gory has lost a stamina level. He's in control. Fisherman Suplex countered by Gory. Bear hug by Gory. That's not going to score to submission. We run it through anyway. Disqualify check. No action. Submission move by Gory. Claw-like hold. No. Camel clutch weakens Henning a little bit more. Henning about to lose another stamina level. Arm holds. And the next move is Henning's. Arm hold outside the ring. We are 17:05 into this Montreal Circuit final. No action. Suplex attempt by Guerrero. And Henning has lost a stamina level right before Gory did. Illegal punches by Henning, so Henning comes right back. 18-16 now into the bout. Punches used by Henning. Gory closing in on another stamina hit. Auto control loss back to Henning, who loses control again. Back to Gory. Whip to the ropes. 7 points off. And Henning losing points left and right. He's at 180 off and Gory at 147. Gory is badly cut and probably needs to seal the deal on this match as he can. A kick to the forehead of Gory. I'm sorry, that's a kick to the forehead of Henning, and that's 6 more off of his stamina. Flying clothesline off the ropes? No. And we continue on. It's now 8 pin attempts for Gory, 3 for Henning, if you are keeping track of the stats. Camel clutch. That's it. Gory Guerrero has pulled it off. He will advance to the final stage of this tournament as the Montreal representative, even though right now he is in Houston. So your winner was Gory Guerrero on a submission at 21:08. 21:08. And he will pick up 5 points for the pinfall win in the rankings. So he had a nice haul tonight of points. Fishing plus to win the tournament. Plus 5. And as I was saying, the time of the fall, 21:06. He wins. I have 21:07 now. No. 21:05? No. I feel like I'm playing the clock game on The Price is Right here. Camel clutch, and it was a 3.5 star match. 212-12. 212 of damage, and 12 uncuts for Henning. 147.53 for Guerrero. Guerrero as the 6th seed, and we seed fighters in the wrestlers in the final stage based on the seeding they had at the start. So a 6th seed, Guerrero will probably be looking at an uphill battle in the final stage, which will begin. Let's see. This is week 14. 9 weeks would be week 22. It would begin week 23. And you either win the tournament or you are eliminated from the tournament. So we start off with 18 in the 10th week, which would be week 23, and then we play down to 16, and then the following week we go from 16 to 8. So that's a 3.5 star match, and I'm going to go back to our screen here, our little standby screen. I will talk to you as I have the standby screen up, and we are going to set up the New York circuit final. And this is going to, without telling you who is in the final, this is going to be a massive bout. So stand by, please, and I will talk to you as I set this up. One of the competitors has been near the top of GSW since it began, or since he debuted in it. And I don't think we have shown him yet on the GSW match of the week. The other competitor is going to be well known. They are both fan favorites. I don't think they ever met in real life anywhere. They have met in GSW before. I believe because it was during a phase where I was putting baby faces against each other and heels against each other. I don't think the promoters ever put these two in the ring together because they were both very uh, strong fan favorites, and to make one of them heel just wouldn't do any justice because the fans wouldn't believe it. So this is going to be one fall, 60 minutes. The New York Circuit Tournament Final is going to be. Wait till you see who is in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Both baby faces. I don't think they ever met in real life, as I was telling you earlier. And I am just doing the final check. And I will explain to you what has happened in the New York Circuit Tournament when I put this match together for you. This is one fall, 60-minute time limits, and it is going to be, oh ho ho, look at this, Bruno Sammartino against Andre the Giant. That's right, folks. They're going to do battle. They have done battle once in GSW, and Andre has won it. And you ever get the sense that these two didn't like each other in real life because they never got to face each other. And Bruno, I do believe if you ever follow Bill Apter's YouTube channel, I think he made some comments about Andre. But Bruno and Andre never met, and there was no need to put the two of them together. But they're going to meet here. And we're going to run through what has happened in the New York tournament. We had an 18-man battle royal for the 16 speed. Magnificent Morocco, Huracan Ramirez, Rey Mysterio Jr., Bob Backlund, Jesse Ventura, David Von Erich, Chris Benoit, Chris Youngblood. We had we had 3 men, 4 men as I look at it now, making their debuts, and they were first Gus Sonnenberg, first guy to go from football to wrestling, who did it in the 1920s. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. He didn't get a good fan reaction tonight in the Battle Royal. King Kong Bundy, who's now in Tokyo. Alfonso Dantes, who's a great luchador from Mexico in the back day. I don't think Takada has... Actually, we have had several men making their debut in the Battle Royal. Sid Vicious, Nobuhiko Takada, Luke Harper, Rusty Brooks also making his debut, James Storm of AMW, and Mikey Whipwreck. It was King Kong Bundy outlasting Rusty Brooks, if you could believe that, to get the 16 seed and to make the Battle Royal. Make the tournament proper. In the first round, we had a rematch of a match we had in New York earlier in the week. Adrian Adonis, Jerry Briscoe. Adonis did better in this match than he did in the match earlier in the week. Adonis, who is now in another circuit, actually I think he went to Mexico City, losing to Briscoe earlier in the week by pin. If you are pinned in a house show, you get sent on, because that's, if you were pinned clean in the middle, you usually went somewhere else. So Adonis advances via the draw, 30-minute draw. And being the higher seed, he moved on to the quarters. Tiger Mask and Tommy Dreamer. Mask wins by pin, 23-12. Beulah McGillicuddy turned on Tommy Dreamer, and I noted that in the notes. Ahmed Johnson pulled off an upset, beat Cowboy Bob Orton, but Orton Jr. heading other places in GSW. It was Edge in 21-43 over Ultimate Warrior. Spike Dudley upset Giant Baba. He actually got a back suplex on Baba and pretty much conked him out good. 8:48 was the time on that. Triple H over Taz. Bruno Sammartino over Tully Blanchard. Those two met earlier in Year 4. And Andre Giant in 7:38 easily dispatches King Kong Bundy, who was impaired in that match. Edge over Spike Dudley in the first quarterfinal. 36:09, a pile driver. Triple H and Ahmed Johnson, it was trips by pin with a sledgehammer at 11:27. Bruno Sammartino and Tiger Mask had quite the bout. Bruno was busted open in it, but won in the 44:08 with the Canadian backbreaker. And Andre easily over Adrian Adonis. Adonis actually tossed Andre over the top rope. So we got to the semifinals. It was Bruno over Triple H with the big body slam at 21:35. He was busted open again. Andre over Edge, 8:53. They've had a few battles in GSW. He won with a series of chops. So We go on to the final, Andre and Bruno. Like I said, you got the sense, if you studied the game in the 70s, and I don't mean Triple H, that these two didn't really like each other too much. Uh, the two top fan favorites of the New York in real life. And they're going to have a bout here right now for you, ladies and gentlemen. One fall, 60 minutes. If it goes to a draw, Andre wins. So Andre will advance on the draw. Bruno is busted open, or was busted open in the last two matches, so he is wrestling impaired. Bruno is 6-0-1 coming into this bout, fourth bout of the evening for both. Andre 9-1-2. He lost to Ray Stevens to lose the North American Championship, and off we go between these two. Andre's size is going to be a big mountain for Bruno to climb. And off we go. Fan interaction. Crowd seems to be behind Sammartino. He is the 2 seed and Andre is the 1. Andre selected to compete in the New York Circuit Tournament, as all champions and unrestricted free agents, the top stars, get to do. They all pick a circuit. And Andre chose New York to try to keep Bruno Sammartino from advancing. No action. Disqualify check. Andre using an arm hold. Body slam by Andre. I think Bruno's going to have to try to win this one quick. He went for the body slam. It was countered. Kicked by Bruno. Legal elbow by Bruno. Disqualify check. Possible DQ stop. See, I don't think these two like each other. Body slam by Andre. Countered. Pin hold. Countered. Legal punches by Andre. So Andre giving him business down there, and that's 6 points off of Bruno's stamina. Bruno right now at 56.4, so Bruno has the stamina advantage, and Andre is at 38.5, having lost 7. Auto control loss. Bruno's going to have to wear Andre down. Flurry of punches by Bruno, so these guys going after it because they each want to be in that final 18 to battle it out with all the tournament winners of the other circuits. Next week, by the way, we go to Charlotte and Atlanta. And we will do those two tournaments. And earlier in the week that will be coming up, Jim Lundos gets another crack at the junior heavyweight title against Jerry Lawler. Outside the ring actions, arm holds used by Bruno. Legal whip to the ropes. Headbutt by Andre. A murderous headbutt. 7 points off Bruno. Kick by Andre. Didn't think that was going to score an early fall. It did not. As I said, these men met a couple of years ago. Andre won. Now has been their only meeting to date. A legal knee by Andre. No, you're not going to get a pin this quick. These guys are so strong, I think stamina might become a big factor in the match, too. Legal leg hold by Bruno. Illegal choking by Andre. Andre coming back. Andre, a kick, 8 points. Of course, Andre was, long before he was a heel in North America, was a heel in Japan most of his career. No action, Andre. Throat chop by Andre. Andre has control. Oh, even though we had to disqualify on, Andre has been disqualified. And that sometimes happens. Even though the DQ rules are -10, Andre just got so engaged. Andre is out. Andre is out of the Monarch of the Mat tournament. Bruno. Andre just sometimes goes berserk, and that is what happened here. Bruno wins 7:35. Bruno wins by DQ. Bruno wins by the Dairy Queen. And he will get 2 points. So these two will be even in rankings, in the GSW rankings at 155. This only went 7:15. Andre wouldn't release a hold, so that's it. Bruno Sammartino is going to get a big chance in the final stage of this tournament in about 9 weeks' time. Andre got so locked in he wouldn't release a hold. Final damage was 45 off of Bruno, 41 off of Andre, and this only went 2 stars. So Andre has already had 13 matches in the 14 weeks we have been in year 4 to this date. So Bruno is going to advance He will be a part of the Final 18 tournament when it gets going in 9 weeks. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's matches. Again, it is Gory Guerrero and Bruno Sammartino advancing. Bruno Sammartino advances as a 2 seed and Gory advancing as a 6. So, it was an interesting little to-do tonight with the circuit tournament finals. And as I said, next week we're going to do Charlotte, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta just getting started not too long ago in GSW as a circuit. So this has been Big Paulie coming to you. Again, we wish you all a very happy Easter Sunday. If you are hearing this with what little time left there is on the East Coast of Easter, 4 hours and 13 minutes, because it's 7:47 here on the East Coast as I talk to you. Godspeed and God bless, and we'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.